and to complain. I was good to my children, my kids. Number one, I was a great teacher to my students. You know, it's funny, when the principal told me my contract was were not renewed, exact words came out of her mouth. She said, "You are such a benefit to these kids. I want you to know that you are such a benefit to these kids, and you found your calling." The exact words, "I believe you have found your calling being a special ed teacher." And then proceeds to tell me the school doesn't want my services anymore. What? So I'm a benefit to my kids, and I found my calling. But we don't want you anymore. All right. Does that make any sense to anybody? Does that make any sense? I found my calling. I was a benefit to my kids, but we don't want you anymore. So I had to live with that. I left the school last day, didn't get my contract renewed, fine, whatever. And then, but with such like teacher shortages out there in the world, like, this is why they can't keep teachers. Like, I'm sorry, and for the lady from West Virginia, I have your number. You called the school and complained that I was on what I was on, whatever. You know, that med like saved my life. So number one, whatever. I've been clean and sober for like, let's see, 39, just turned. I've been clean and sober 14 years. Number one, 14 years of my life I've been sober. All right. I had a stupid, it wasn't CPS, it wasn't the parish school board, it wasn't. I worked somewhere else. CSUSA, y'all figure that out. But our schools were merging. The new principals didn't want to deal with me because people would call. Every time I get on live, some yahoos would always call the school about something I did on a live, something I did, something I said. Some yahoos would always call the school. I don't know why people don't have lives. I don't get it. That's people's mission to try to ruin other people's lives. Whatever. All right. So if you're keeping tally, I've lost 2 teaching jobs now. 2. Not really my fault. And I'm thankful when my ex left that I had my teaching job and my kids. I'm thankful. Yes, your fault? No, it's not. Number one, it's not. I mean, how is it my fault? Falling in love with Gypsy? I mean, I didn't get fired for calling Ken a name. I didn't get fired for that. I didn't get let go for that. That wasn't what it was. It was that announcement. Like, read between the lines. That's what it was. But it's not, because I can't do anything legally, and that's fine, whatever. I don't sue people. That's not my style, whatever. But when my ex left, that camp wanted me to lose my job for some reason. Like, they always tried to do that. They always tried. Like, when she first left, when she first left, I was abusive. And they announced it to the world, Ron's abusive. And my lawyer shut that shit down. Boom. And they had to change the story up and whatever. So they had to change that story up because that wasn't flying. And I remember my ex told my mother, like, well, Ryan's going to lose his job now, when that abuse article came out. And my mom was like, is that what you want? Told her, is that what you want? And no response. Well, they finally won this time. And they finally won on something that, like, I really enjoy doing. Like, damn, I love my job, guys. But the school protected themselves, so I can't say that it was her. I can't say, so it's whatever. But I'm not going to sue that over that, whatever. I can't sue the school anyway. They protected themselves with paperwork. So 2 tardies and a complaint right up. That was their excuse. It's what it is. But, you know, people started putting out the rumor that I had lost my job because they changed websites, where I was pulled off the website, whatever. They merged schools. So my school no longer exists anyway, technically. But, you know, so people, and I just said I'm on summer break, because I am on summer break. I mean, I am. I got paid for the summer, whatever. But I just wanted to say it myself, okay? I lost my job because of my choices. Yeah, okay. My choice to fall in love with somebody who did everything they could to bring me down. Okay, sure. Y'all believe what you want. I was a good special ed teacher, and I enjoyed it. All right. So that was what I wanted to say about the announcement. But I will say this. Now I'm free to say whatever I want to say. You know, it's kind of funny, that camp over there in wherever they are, Cutoff or Metairie or wherever, tried to get me to lose my job. Well, it worked. And now y'all got to deal with the consequences of that. Okay? Because my job kept me from saying anything. My job protected y'all. Like, my job protected y'all. Protected her. I just think it's funny, you know? I think it's just, how did they not piece that together? Anyway. All right, y'all remember my last live where one of my lives, I was throwing pictures out and shit like that. I was throwing my pillows and everything. It was funny, I actually got a text from you-know-who and said, "Did you really throw out our pictures?" All sad. I thought that was hilarious. Did you really throw out our pictures? Oh. I thought that was funny. She really did do that. I have text and she knows it. But no, the TMZ article didn't help my job, number one. Didn't help. But I mean, like, that was a private conversation. I've already apologized for that. It is what it is. I haven't called him a bad name since. I mean, whatever. But that was hate towards one person. I've already explained that whole situation. But hashtag scrumptious. Hashtag scrumptious. No straight man in their right mind says scrumptious. Number one. Never happens. Anyway. Sorry, I cracked myself up on that. But I will find another teaching job. It's not a big deal. It's no biggie. I just wanted to clear that up. That it happened. But God works in mysterious ways. It freed me up so I could do some other stuff. And I just move on, let it be, grow up. I have moved on. I have let it be. Like, I love people telling me that. Have y'all not seen the way I've been and acted? And like, I took the high road the whole way. Like, I just love that. I love that. Like, you've got to move on. Well, you could go. See, you can go eat a dick as far as I'm concerned. Go with Christy, eat one. I don't care. Do whatever you want to do. Happy birthday, Jessica. So, here's what it is. Saw somebody say that. Pixie, what you doing? You already sleeping? I gotta wash my mouth. That's pretty funny. I appreciate the people who are Team Ryan. Also, look, I went to Vegas. All right. I love people want more tea about Gypsy. Y'all do realize that was my life, right? Like, I don't owe y'all tea. Number one, I don't owe y'all tea. I mean, that's what's funny. That was my life. And I know if that's all y'all want, y'all could leave. That's fine. But, like, I don't owe y'all anything. So, that was my life. I lived it. I experienced it. You know, I thought it was funny that she did ask, did I really throw out my pictures of her? All sad like. It was funny. But I haven't talked to her. And no, I didn't sign an NDA. I just saw that comment. I never signed an NDA. I can speak and say anything I want to say. And that's the end of that. I can say anything I want to say, and that's the end of it. Okay? But God works in mysterious ways. Now I'm free to do other stuff. And I will do other stuff. Yeah, I think so too. But anyway, all right, 1 million likes. Thanks, guys. All right, so my birthday, I went to Vegas. Guys, have y'all ever been to Vegas? Let's do a poll. Have you ever been to Vegas? A lot of people saying no. Some people saying yes. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all need to go to Vegas. Vegas is awesome. Like, that was the best trip I've ever had, honestly. Like, I did so much stuff, and oh my God, it was so great. Thank you for that, Elise. Jimmy still throwing roses. Jimmy, whatever. Keep throwing roses. Good for you. All right. For those in the blue who have not gone to Vegas, go to Vegas. Vegas is the coolest place on earth. Like, if you I like to gamble. I'm not gonna lie. I like slots. I played 3-card poker for the first time, and since I've been home, I've played 3-card at my local casinos just to play. I loved it. I loved it. I've actually hit like trip deuces. I've hit trip 4s, trip 3s. No. Hit trip 3s, trip deuces in Vegas. I hit a straight flush once. It was great. I enjoyed it. Somebody said they live in Vegas. That's awesome. Is it true, like in Vegas, I saw those power lines down? Is that like a real deal? Hey, Amber J, how you doing, sweetie? But oh, that's sweet. Whoever sent that. Andrew, thank you for that. All right. Look, guys, I saw somebody, I will never, all right, let me clear one thing up with my marriage and my relationship with my ex. I will never, people are mad at me for falling in love with her. Okay? People are mad at me for falling in love with her and saying I'm always protecting her. I'm protecting my mental health. I'm not protecting her. All right? The Billboard, I had so many people message me. The Billboard was awesome. Billboard was awesome. I love the Billboard. If y'all had done that Billboard to anybody in the world, I'd have said it was wrong. It just happened so that it was my ex-wife. But if y'all had done that to anybody, I don't care, Joe Blow down the street, if you'd have done that to her, I would be like it was wrong. And I had so many people be like, you can't even talk about it. Da, 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 da. I have more right to talk about that than y'all do. I mean, I hate to say that. I have more right to talk about it than anybody, except for that camp. I mean, I just love people. You have no right to speak on it. I mean, I do love the fact that we live in a country that freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. All right? You can do that. All right? Billboard, you can do it. Good for you. Happy that you can. But if it would have been to anybody, I would have said it was wrong. That's just my moral beliefs. It was wrong. Just so happens that it happened to be a billboard for my ex-wife. Do I think it's funny that Christy in the show said, I wanted to get a billboard where it said, you are not the father? I think it's kind of funny that Gypsy was the one that got the billboard. I think that's friggin' hilarious. that karma got them on that. You know. But, you know, I just think it's wrong to say somebody's unfit to be a mother. I just think it's wrong. Y'all can hate me for that, but I've never changed my morals, and I'm not going to change it just because of the person that Billboard was about. I mean, that's just the type of person I am. I wouldn't have liked it if it was Casey Anthony, or didn't she do something bad to her kids? It doesn't matter. I wouldn't have liked it anybody. Now, I don't know the Casey Anthony story, so I'm sorry if I said that. Sorry if I offended anybody with that. I don't know the story. But I'd have been upset if it would have been anybody, but I hate it. You know, here's what it is. So if that's me protecting her, I apologize for that, but that's not me protecting her. It's not. I'm not protecting her. You know, I used to protect her? Yeah, I did. You know, she considered me her protector. And I did. She was my wife. I would have protected her. I would have. But now I'm not protecting her. She's living her own life. She's getting drunk on TikTok Live, which I wouldn't do. But more power to her if that's what she wants to do. But I will say this. That was not her first drink of alcohol. And I know that for a friggin' fact. So... but that's it. No more of her. Anyway, back to Vegas. All right. Vegas was awesome. I went for my birthday. I stayed at New York. Y'all know that she was putting a lot away. In the clip I saw, yeah, she was hammering it. And I do have to say one thing about a clip I saw the other day. I do. And this is not... What was with that dude saying he was rainbowing it up? That's friggin' terrible. You know what's funny? Gypsy laughed about it, got off the live, but I never heard him say a retort to that. He never said, dude, shut the hell up. That's not true. He never said anything. He sat there and took it and like didn't deny it. Like, he never said a word. Like, what the hell is wrong with you, dude? Like, it's gotta be true. It's true. I mean, it's gotta be true. Because any straight man would have been like, dude, shut the hell up. That's not true. But he didn't say a fucking word. He didn't say a word. Whatever. To each his own, man. Hashtag scrumptious. It's even funny. Your baby mama laughed at your ass. Your baby mama laughed at your ass on that one. Pixie, laugh your ass off on that. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Oh, scrumptious. I know, I'm sorry, but I'm not. Like, I'm not. I will always dislike that dude. I hope he gets struck by lightning, honestly. And here's another thing. In that clip, all right, y'all can hate me all you want. I find Gypsy attractive. I married her, is what it is. I find her attractive. Y'all can boo me. Y'all can leave the live. Whatever, all right? I married her, so I thought she was great. But she's drinking, and he's like off talking to some yahoos that he doesn't know, and she's sitting there at the table by herself. Like, if I was there with her, I'd have been all of them. I would be with my woman. Like, I'd have been with my woman, but he's off somewhere else, and he doesn't even sit next to her, and then gets called gay, and he doesn't defend himself. Like, dude, are you serious? Like, really? Like, what's wrong with you, man? Oh, that's right. You're just there for the wrong reasons. That's what it is. Okay. All right. Karma's a motherfucker. I will say that. But whatever. I do have beautiful eyes. Look at them eyes. I'm a good-looking dude. Like, I'm just saying, she messed up. Just throwing that out there. She messed up. All right, back to Vegas. Thank you to the family that sang happy birthday to me in the Bellagio. That was the neatest thing ever. All right? So thank you to the family who sang happy birthday to me in the Bellagio. It was so sweet. I was walking through the casino, and this lady tapped my mother on the shoulder and said, "Hey, is that Ryan Anderson?" And my mom said, "Yeah, that's my son. Yeah." And she said, and the lady said, like, "Do you think he'd take a picture?" And of course, my mom was like, "Yeah, of course, Ryan." She called me over, and of course I took a picture. I took a picture with the whole family. It was great. And then I said, "Guys, y'all say happy birthday." You know, I was telling people it was my birthday, and they were like, "Oh my God, happy birthday." And then as I'm like, "All right, thanks for the picture, guys," and I started walking off, and they started singing happy birthday to me in the middle of it. Was like 12 of them. And they sang happy birthday to me, and it was like the neatest thing in the world. So thank you. That family, if you're out there, y'all have my heart for that. That was the coolest thing ever. All right, so thank you to the people who did that. Message me. I do want to message y'all and tell y'all thank you. It was unexpected. It was wonderful.